Hello everyone, my name is Elvis and welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to make a quick video on Microsoft as we've got earnings tonight. Microsoft has a really high weighing in SPY. Um, Tonight's earnings are really gonna matter. So I think if all the high tech beats, that's gonna signal to the Fed that companies are doing great, the economy is okay, so we can raise rates, which would put downward pressure on the market. But then if Microsoft's earnings come in low, even though the stock's already beat down, people are going to be like, well, should we really be holding it? And they might sell it off even lower. And it's on some key resistances. So if it does fall, it might drag down SPY. And then if SPY falls, it's pretty much going to drag down everything. So we might see more downside. But let's have a look at the technicals now and then see where we have some support and resistances and what levels we need to clear to be in the okay. Now, weekly, we can see that we pierced this 50 MA, which is really strong support on most stocks. So the weekly 50 moving average usually acts as very strong support, and most stocks usually bounce off of it. Obviously, the week's still not finished, so we have to see what happens. And then looking at the daily, we've barely just claimed that 200 MA. So we might close over it, we might close under it today. It doesn't really matter. What matters is earnings and the earnings reaction. So even if we beat earnings, we may go down. Obviously, stock's off by 15% from all-time highs. Usually, well, normally, when stocks sell off into earnings, and if they beat, they usually do well. Obviously, it depends on guidance and everything, but usually they do well. I just don't think that's going to be the case this time, but obviously we will see what happens. Now, let's go back on the weekly. So, we're still in an uptrend. We seem to have bounced off of here, which is absolutely fine. We're still going up, but we may be putting in a head and shoulders. So this could be a shoulder, this could be the head, and unless we claim this blue line, so let's say if I was long, I would be taking profits here and maybe flipping short and then seeing, basically, if we don't get over this line, that's going to be the top of the right shoulder, and then we'll probably resume down if we actually go down. So next really strong support is going to be the 200 weekly moving average. We'd probably get there maybe when it hits 200, but obviously that's really far in the future. Any other support, you'll be looking at each top that we rejected off. So here, and then you'll also be looking at bottoms. I didn't want to fill the chart up before the video because it would just get too noisy, but basically you would be looking at each of these tops and each of these bottoms. I think the strongest support's probably there right before the 2019 crash. 2020 crash. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. I would not be surprised. So let's say the Fed has to hike rates extremely high due to inflation, and then all the tech stocks start tanking, and we see a proper market crash. I would not be surprised if we came back to test these tops. These 2020 tops, because normally you reach a new all-time high, you come back to backtest it, you reach a new all-time high, you backtest the old one, and so it goes. So this top hasn't really been tested. That's just the possibility. Obviously, we could just end up with a really bullish reaction and then resume up, but I think the risk is to the downside substantially. Although if I was to go long, I would use the weekly as support. Obviously this 285 is going to be strong support, but just wait till Friday and see if we can close a candle over it. And then on the daily, you've got the 200, which is a 293, and then the 50 MA, So if we go up, we have to get over this 305 level and then get over this 50, and then obviously the old tops are going to be resistance as well. Yeah, so that's Microsoft. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content.